Sometimes words come out sharper than you ever intended. You're tired, angry, restless, desperate to feel like you have control. And so you say the cruelest thing you can think of. Not because it's true, but because in that moment, hurting the person in front of you feels easier than admitting how broken you feel inside. That's what I did. With one sentence, I destroyed the only relationship that ever truly saw me and loved me for who I was. My name is Monica. I'm 34 years old, and I'm the woman who told her husband he'd never be the man of my dreams, and then stood frozen as he walked away without a word. I never grew up picturing fairy tales or writing lists of dream partners. I thought love would just announce itself with fireworks, with that lightning bolt moment movies promise when two people lock eyes. With Josh, it wasn't like that. We met at work. He was the quiet, patient guy in IT, the one who always offered help, who fixed problems without ever making you feel stupid. I was a loud one in sales, always competing, always chasing the next win. Somehow, he made me laugh when I least expected it. He'd show up with snacks when I skipped lunch. He looked past my sharp edges and loved me anyway. We weren't explosive. We were steady. And for a long time, that was enough. 2 years in, he asked me to marry him. No grand gesture, no crowd. Just the two of us, take out boxes on the coffee table, and a playlist I later realized he'd put together just for me. My yes wasn't tearful or breathless. It was warm, quiet, like slipping into something that already felt like home. We had a small backyard wedding. Simple, real, family, friends, and the man who would have given me the world if I asked. But even then, there was this whisper inside me. This isn't it. This can't be love. It's too calm, too safe, too ordinary. Then life sped up. We had 2 kids, a boy and a girl. And Josh became the kind of father most people dream about. He did night feedings, braided our daughter's hair better than I ever managed, taught our son to ride his bike. He was patient, present, and fully ours. Meanwhile, I felt myself shrinking. I wasn't Monica anymore. I was just Mom. I was tired, overlooked, stuck. Instead of telling him how lost I felt, I lashed out. I rolled my eyes at his attempts to make plans. I dismissed him as boring when he suggested quiet nights together. I chipped away at him because I was crumbling inside. Then came the night that shattered us. The kids were finally asleep, and I was drained. He came up behind me in the kitchen, wrapped his arms around me, and whispered, "I miss us." Instead of softening, I broke him. I pushed him away and spat out the ugliest truth I could invent. "You were never my dream man, Josh. You know that, right?" I will never forget his face. The silence. The way his eyes dimmed like I'd stolen the air from his lungs. He didn't argue, didn't plead. He just nodded once and walked away. Not out the door, not yet, but out of us. After that, he stopped reaching for me. He stopped asking if I was okay. He stopped trying. And that's when I realized I wanted it all back. The steady, the safe, the so-called boring. His arms. His playlists. His sleepy smile when he saw our daughter dreaming. I wanted it all, but it was already gone. 3 months later, he left. Not as a father. He promised he would always be there for the kids. But as my partner, he was finished. "I can't keep being your second choice," he said. And the truth is, he never was. I just couldn't see it. Now I live in a small apartment. The kids spend weekends with him, and the silence here is unbearable. I see him at drop-offs, still gentle, still kind, but different, lighter, free of me. And every time, the wall between us reminds me it was built from my own words. I told him he wasn't my dream man. But the truth is, he was just not in the cinematic way I thought dreams should look. He was never fireworks. He was candlelight. He was never sweeping gestures. He was steady, constant love that never wavered, until I shattered it. These days, I tried dating again. I smile, I swipe, I listen. But every compliment makes me wince, because the last man who told me I was beautiful wasn't trying to seduce me. He was already mine. He was in my home, in my life, in my heart. And I pushed him out. Last week, my daughter asked if Daddy was coming back. I told her no. When she asked why, I couldn't explain that Mommy destroyed something she thought was indestructible. I watched Josh slowly move on, not with someone new yet, but with a lighter spirit, a freer step. And it kills me, because he deserves someone who didn't just need him, but chose him every single day. So if you're reading this, and you're lucky enough to have someone like Josh, please don't take them for granted. Don't chase some fantasy while ignoring the quiet. Steady love right in front of you. And don't, for God's sake, say words you can't take back just because you're hurting. Because once they're spoken, they don't vanish. They stay. And no amount of regret will ever erase them.